Hi, and welcome to episode 52 of the Cat Lady podcast. I am your host, Andrea, also known as the Cat Ladies. That's 2T, C-A-T-T, craft all the things. Welcome, especially if you are a new viewer. Thanks for checking me out, and, well, I thank all my returning viewers, especially, too. So, thank you, everyone who's watching right now. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter, so I'm usually on Instagram and a little bit on Facebook, and I've been posting daily now on my blog, Monday through Friday, which is thecatlady.blogspot.com, and I'm just trying to do a little snippet every day of something. I kind of have a theme I'm following on a daily basis, and it's been going for a little over a week, so I've been keeping up with it. So I've been trying to keep a blog for years, not this one particularly, just a blog in general. And I always start off strong and peter out. So the last blog I had was just a personal one that was talking about Emily for a long time, and then I talked about David, and I ended on pretty much David being born, and that was it. So. And I tried a house fixer-upper blog for 2 seconds. That didn't work, and so now here we go. Try it again. That's the try again. I think that's the theme of today's episode. So anyways, I am the Cat Lady, 2 T's, all across the board on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and everything. So come find me and follow me. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, I'd love to get the subscribers up. And I've lost, I fluctuate a lot. I don't usually look at the analytics much, but when I do, it's like I've lost 10 and I've gained 10 or 12. It's like it's very interesting to see how the viewership comes and goes. And viewership is down a little. And again, this is just all for myself and just for fun, so I try not to get too much involved in that. I'm not looking to, pay to promote myself or anything, but if you haven't subscribed and you like what you see, please click that little button. So this week we're going to talk some podcast news, knitting, a little bit of spinning, hooray, stash, health and wellness, my new segment, and the week in review. So we'll jump right into podcast news. This week we have an introduction in our intro thread, and it's from Deanne517. She's from California. She said some very nice words about the podcast, and she found me through winter camp. She's looking forward to the health and fitness craft along that we're having, so I will be talking about that a little bit. The drawing for the podiversary, I still need to hear from Yarn Taxi Driver, Pussycat52, Knitpick56, and Raven Knits 383 for prizes. If you'd like to see what you won, watch episode 51. I've heard from a few of the winners, and those packages will be out soon. I have a stack of packages that I was going to send out today. Didn't include those ones because I like to put a few little extra goodies in there, and I don't have those ready for the podiversary ones. But I have a whole stack of packages from like winter camp and some other things for my friends. And David had an accident at school or something, so that they didn't notice, and I didn't notice until I put him in the car, so I'm putting him in the car and his pants are wet. Like, well, because we're not going to the post office. So I did not get to the post office today. There's also a giveaway going on right now from the Happy Little Die Pot, so check out her Etsy store. Find the thread, it'll be in the show notes, which are on Ravelry. And tell her what kind of colors you'd like to see in her shop. And you will enter to win a pretty skein of yarn. So on to what we're calling Warrior Camp 2016. It's me, Ren from Strong Girl Knits podcast, and Laura from the Desert Knits podcast. Strong Girl Knits has her own Ravelry group. Laura does not. I think she's just kind of doing her own thing. But it's going to run June and July, so for 2 months. And what our plan is, and we're still working out a lot of details, but what the idea is a fitness challenge with a craft challenge. So obviously I've been getting more into my health and fitness and stuff. Ren is a weightlifter, so the Strong Girl Knits, and Laura is a runner. So the three of us, I thought, sounded like a perfect fit for something like this. So what we have kind of in the works now is maybe like a weekly check-in, which would give you entries into prize drawings. And then each week you can change and or update your goals. So, if I say, okay, I want to walk a mile every day for the first week, and then I want to learn how to knit brioche. So at the end of the week, I check in, I say, okay, I walked a mile every day. And here's my sample, here's my brioche hat that I made, or, at least started a project. So you get your entries into the prizes at that point. And if we get some donations, or if we get enough prizes together, we'll do them like weekly, bi-weekly. If not, we'll just save them at the end. But then you change your goal because, okay, you walked a mile a week every day. So I'm sure now, this is to challenge yourself. So you say, okay, I walk a mile and a half every day. I mean, yes, it's just something personal goal that you can do. So for me, I try to work out every day. But I don't work out every day. So maybe I should, one of my goals would be, I will work out every day this week. Or I will incorporate heavier weights this week. Something that's just going to challenge yourself. And then, again, alongside of some sort of craft. And the craft options are unlimited. So you want to sew, I want to sew a skirt. So that could be part of the goal. And you got to make it, somewhat doable in a week, obviously. And now if you say you want to learn how to knit some kind of style, then I would say as long as you've gotten progress done on I guess even sewing. I want to sew a dress. Okay, well, you post pictures of you got the bodice and the sleeves in. Okay, I'd say that counts. You're working on an active project. I don't know. We're still working out all the details, but there's a Ravelry group, so I will put the link to the Ravelry group for the Warrior Camp. And if you are interested, there's a thread just to put your name in. Just say you're interested. It's not you're not signing up for anything. You're just throwing your name out there saying, hey, this sounds like something I would like to do. And we're looking for prizes, for donations for prizes, so anything crafty related or anything fitness related. So any kind of fitness gear or fitness related, like healthy snacks, or, again, any kind of yarn and crafty stuff too. So, and like I said, all encompasses all crafts. So cross stitching, knitting, sewing, crochet, spinning, weaving, basket weaving, whatever, anything. So that's Warrior Camp. And from there, we will move on to knitting. So for knitting, I finished my socks that I was working on last time. It was the Vanilla Latte socks by Virginia Rosejean, if I said that right. They were on US 1 using the Serenity sock in the Harlequin colorway. And they're gone. I gave them to my friend, and I got to give them to her in person, so that was pretty cool. But here's a picture of Emily holding them for me. She's a very good assistant. And yeah, I got to give them to her in person, so I was very excited about that, and I will talk about that a little bit later. We can review. Current projects, I'm still just working on my other socks. So these are my Time Traveler, the Knit Picks Fleecy Time Traveler colorway. My US 0 carbons, and this is a nice ribbed sock. I am far from the camera, so let's see what we can do here. Showing this off here. So let's see, and my camera doesn't focus all that great, I see. So maybe I'll just have to start putting pictures in. Maybe I'll just put a picture in. We'll try that. I don't know, I'm probably going to have to switch back to my phone unless I figure out the best way to use this camera. I don't think the quality is really that much of a difference by the time I upload it to YouTube. So, and I feel like it's a little dark today because of all the backlighting. I don't know. But anyways, this is in my Strong Girls Knits bag, my Star Wars bag. And I think I'm ready to turn the heel on that one. I kind of want to try it on and see. I still feel like the last pair of socks I made, the March Madrigal, as I keep calling them, socks I made, they're really loose. I don't know how to get socks. And again, for those ones, I did the ribbing really short. And I think maybe that I really need the extra ribbing at the top. So These ones, of course, are going to have lots of ribbing, and they're going to be knee-highs, ideally. I am playing with the idea of putting in a contrasting color heel so I can maintain the stripes and maximize the amount of yarn usage of the yarn because I'm trying to make knee-highs. I did find a green, not like an olive green, in the Lion brand Sockies. Someone's destashing, so I might snag that. So if that's the case, I'm kind of stuck on those socks. I could start the second one. I have the toe, so I can work up to the heel. So I need to decide that like now. If I need to order it or order the destash from Ravelry, so I should get sent to me and have it in time to put in the heels. What do you think? An olive green. Because that's the, I think, yeah, that's the one color. Because this is supposed to represent the Doctor Who scarf. And the colors are not very accurate at all. But it's the general scheme of colors. But there is no green in here. And there is green in the scarf. So Jen, the creative crafter, said, hey, do green hills. Bring in that green. And essentially I could do a partially green cuff if I wanted. If I really wanted to. If I run out of this. I have 3 skeins of it, so. And one skein will only go halfway up my leg. So I'm hoping another half would make it to my knee. Or at least upper, maybe not fully my knee, but higher. But if I did a green cuff, maybe. I don't know. Options. But anyways, what do you think of an olive green with this? Chime in, let me know. Maybe I'll order that this weekend. So that's it. I've just been so busy. I just don't even know what to do anymore. I just have no time to do the crafts. And it's just kind of driving me nuts. I don't know. I thought for sure that when Emily started school that things would get simpler. Now I keep telling myself, okay, just David needs to get into school, and then things will get easier, right? Because both kids will be gone, and I'll have more time. I don't know. But it's just not happening. So that's my knitting. But I did work on spinning, so that's partially what, because I had quite a bit left. Last time I had, let's see. Last time I had really shown it off, I was in like the dark brown. So I still had black, dark gray, and light gray. This is all I have left. It's one little poof. I was really tired last night, so I didn't really, because I might have been able to finish it. Maybe. It doesn't look like much, but it takes forever because it's spinning really thin, which is fine because I'm Navajo plying, chain plying it, so it's going to essentially be a 3-ply. So the thinner it is, obviously, then I'm aiming to get a fingering. It might end up being a little thicker, but. So that's all that's left. I'm going to try to work on that tonight. My bobbin is pretty full, so I'm hoping this fits on there. I'm going to make it fit. And then I got to chain ply, and I'm terrified because I haven't chain plied in forever, and I'm trying to maintain like these long sections of color because it's like a gradient. So I'm a little nervous, but we'll do it. And then for next up for spinning, that's what I forgot. Next up for knitting, my next pair of socks, I have a jar that I've been drawing from, but this month, next month, May, Kim from the Crafty Nomad podcast, I was watching her the other day, and she had just picked up a skein of the Neon Now in the same colorway that I had picked up in Frankie Booth. So I'm like, oh, I just got those. And she's like, I'm thinking of casting those on for May. And I said, okay, well, let's have a mini knit along. So we're going to both cast on our Neon Now socks next month. So my May socks will be the Neon Now socks, so I didn't draw for those. But I did set up a drawing little thingy for spinning, so once I should have brought that down because I could pull what I'm spinning next, but who knows, maybe I don't know how soon I'll spin right away. I don't know. I'm going to draw it, whatever. I'll post on Instagram if I draw it. So that's what I'll be spinning. So I'll show you on Instagram what I'll be spinning next, and maybe by next week I'll have something new on the wheel. I always hope. And that's it. So that's all the crafting I've done, and that's really sad. I'm supposed to be crafting all the things, and I'm severely lacking. Slacking, lacking, whatever. But I do have some stash. Everyone likes stash. So I got to see Lynn from Two Tangled Skeins. She was driving through on her way back from visiting her fiance in Chicago. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but she brought me a little gift. So her friend had given her a ton, like giant bags of yarn. If you watch their podcast, you saw like the giant amount of yarn she got from her friend who was destashing. And so she decided to spread the love and give us all a skein or two from her stash. So I got these, which again I gotta stop recording with this, I think. But they're purple. They're purpley pinks, mauve, whatever you want to call it. And it's the Spellbound Fiber Company. It's a lace weight. We have superfine merino lace weight, 100 grams, 765 yards. And this is the colorway, the High Priestess, which is like a purpley, and then it's got dark purples and some blues in it. I'll just take pictures of everything today. And then Charmed, which takes on that. It's like got the same colors in it. It almost looks like it was this, the same colors, but it's not. But obviously these can go together for something. I don't know what yet. Another friend recommended maybe holding it double, so then it'd be more of a, heavy fingering, maybe sport. And that's 765 yards of sport. I could do something cool with that, some nice shawl or something, but I don't know. I've never knit with lace either, so lace weight. But I got other things to get out of the way done first before I cast that on. We got a bunch of tea. All these fun teas. We got orange sorbet, almond biscotti, pineapple coconut and gingerbread, black forest cupcake, carrot cake, truffle mint, banana cinnamon spice. And then minis, which I gotta pull out my blanket again too, so I got a bunch of minis. And she has all the names for them in there, so it's very nice. So that was that. And then I got a couple minis from Tara, who I walk them all with frequently, and she was there. She came, she met up with Lynn and Tanya and I. So we got some Knit Pick Stroll and some Northbound Knitting BFL. So some pretty little minis. I got, finally, because my old ball winder pretty much wrapped out, I got a new ball winder. And it's from Knit Picks. I bought it on Amazon actually, but it's a Knit Picks ball winder. It was cheap, and I mean, it feels a little cheap, but better than no ball winder, especially for when it's not like, I don't mind winding yarn into balls, actual balls. When it comes to like spinning, I like to ply from a center pole ball. So that was really my main goal. It's like, okay, well, if I'm gonna two ply from a center pole ball, I need a ball winder. So I got that. And then I got some other just random things. Let's see. So I got a whole bunch of shipping bags because I was buying these bubble mailers and they're so stiff and they're heavy. And I couldn't fit anything in them. So these are nice and big and flexible. So like, even if I only use half of it, I can just fold it over and seal it. And yeah, so that's why I packaged up a bunch of packages today, because I got my mailers, but I gotta get myself to the post office. And then I got, this one's a really random one, some jewelry resin. And my friend Jen, the Uncreative Crafter, had mentioned taking stickers. She saw a tutorial for taking stickers and making them into pins. And specifically, the tutorial had Star Wars stickers, which I have a lot of Star Wars stickers, and I don't know what to do with them. So I'm going to try to turn them into pins, because that would be cool. So this is like a resin that makes like pendants, and I could go look into making some pendants and stuff, because that would be fun. But I just figured I'd try it out. So we'll see. Stay tuned. And then, I'm sitting on it, I got a camera remote. So I can start and stop my camera from here, or take self-portraits and fun stuff like that. So I'm excited about that, and I'm using it right now. So I can stop it and start it. I don't know if that was flawless or not, but I just stopped it and started it. So very nice. And so that's a bit. Oh, and then I got my cabin for winter camp set up its own little mini skein swap. So I got mine. So I got some minis. Oh, and I just noticed there's a little Got a little doohickey marker on there, but I got some minis. Yeah, they're all labeled, so oh, she's got, yeah, I don't remember, but anyways. So we got minis, and then she sent me some fabric, which was fun. I got some dog stuff. It's got like dog prints on it, and then we got some really fun, just spirally or wavy, whatever, circly thing, and then cats stuff. So some cats. So these will be fun to play with. Make some bags out of. So thank you very much. Oh, and tea. My tea collection is growing. So my swap package to her is currently sitting in the pile of packages to be delivered. And that's it for stash. So, health and wellness. Oh, it's not easy. I've worked out nearly every day this week. Missed a few days here and there for one thing or another, but that's fine. My goal is to work out like 5 to 6 days. Now, if I don't, I don't. You know, whatever. This is just do what you gotta do. I've been eating a little more paleo. I'm trying to incorporate more paleo recipes. If you check out my blog, I shared a recipe last Monday, but it was really good and I really liked. And last night I made a paleo style shepherd's pie, which really was for me, shepherd's pie, we just do a meat mixture with veggies and then top it with mashed potatoes. Well, I topped it with the cauliflower mash, the mashed cauliflower, which the kids like, and yeah, I like. It's pretty good. Because mashed potatoes are like, I love mashed potatoes. And of course, it's not mashed potatoes, but it's pretty close. It's close enough that it was really good with the shepherd's pie. The only thing that I had an issue with was thickening the sauce, because usually I put in a scoop of flour. Well, I was trying to avoid the flour, and so I couldn't get it thick enough, so I need to figure that out. I think you can use like arrowroot flour, or I have some organic cornstarch. I don't know. Try that maybe. I could just use flour. I'm not like giving up everything. But I tried. But it was definitely more thinner than I'm used to. But it was really good. The recipe on Monday was sweet potato hash, and that was really good. And I've been incorporating them in. I've been doing a lot of fruit smoothies for lunches, and the kids are loving that for breakfast too. Just racking my brain on what to do for breakfast and lunch. So right now for lunch I have a concoction here. It's 2 leftover smoothies that I had in the freezer. I kind of just mixed them together. So I had a berry smoothie, and then I had like a yogurt strawberry smoothie that I mixed together. And it's starting to finally thaw because it was really frozen. So, and I'll eat something else too. It's like I've been trying to just eat small portions throughout the day. Whenever I'm hungry, I get something to eat. I started karate. So I'm officially a karate student at Emily's Karate Studio with Emily. I'll put in the picture that I was sitting in my car in my uniform. But I'm hoping to go with Emily this Saturday, tomorrow. Hoping me and Emily can go to a class tomorrow. So ideally, I'd like to go to the adult class on Tuesday nights by myself, just to really, get the experience. And then I'd like to take a class with Emily once a week. Now, all the family classes are like at night, so they're like 6:30, 7, right at dinner time, right when we're putting the kids to bed. So that's not ideal. However, maybe in the summer, when she's out of school, I can swing it. Or we can do Saturdays. The Saturday class is at 11, but we're not always free on Saturdays. But tomorrow, I'm going to take her and we'll go. So I've only had one class, and it's funny because I've been watching Emily do it for a year and a half. I don't remember when she started. But yeah, I know all this stuff for the yellow belt because I've been watching Emily do it. I've been trying to, practice with her. So I know all the yellow belt stuff. So it's funny, I went in there. It's the same teacher. She knows me. She's like, okay, well, show me what you know. And I went through the stuff. She's like, yeah, okay, show me this. And I did it. Obviously, my form needed to be adjusted a little bit, like my blocks and stuff. But for the most part, yeah, I'm hoping to test for a yellow belt rather quick. I don't know if there's a time limit I have to be there for so long, or if it's just a recommendation on the instructor. So but that'd be fun to get my yellow belt with Emily, and because she has hers now, and then we could work on progressing together. Because I think the more that I know the stuff, I can help her. Because I try to help her sometimes as it is, and it's like, well, I don't know if I'm doing it right. So yeah, I'm excited, and it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I'm getting more weights, or I'm getting a higher weights in my exercises now. I've officially graduated to the 8-pound weights for all my random workouts that I do in my exercise plan. I was using 5s, but still, the 8s they're still a challenge. There's a few that maybe a 10 would be good, but I don't have them. So 8s are the highest I have right now. So I'll keep working on the 8s for a while, and then I'll get myself some 10s, maybe for the summer for our warrior camp. I can challenge myself to size 10s. I've been doing the kicking and punching on the bags, and I've been trying to just rotate the order I do things in, incorporate different floor exercises and weighted exercises. So just trying to keep it different because I feel like it's getting easier, which I'm not burning as many calories. So but that's it. So, but I haven't been perfect, so don't think that I've just been awesome. The weight is still not. It's down a little, but it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And my eating is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, on Wednesday we had pizza for dinner. I had a beer, and then I sent Jim out for ice cream with to Dairy Queen for a blizzard or a s'mores blizzard, which was amazing. It was amazing. I don't regret it, but at the same time, like, oh. So just hard. It's just hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, but we're just gonna keep on keeping on. And that's it. Week in review. Last Friday, so a week from today, we went on a date night. So we went out to our favorite seafood restaurant. Oh, so again, there was another, went to a seafood restaurant. I got like a seafood pan roast with garlic bread and, what was it? I think it was just a big old piece of bread and seafood and an amazing cream sauce and salad and whatever. And then I got a drink, and so that was it. And then we wandered around 2nd and Charles, which is like a used bookstore, movies, video games, all sorts of geeky stuff. So that was fun. And then we went out for ice cream with Dairy Queen. That's when I first got the s'mores blizzard, and like later this week I'm like, I need that again. That was really good. Saturday we ran errands, took kids to the park, got haircuts, fun stuff. Sunday we went to the park again, and then Emily and I went to meet up with Lynn from Two Tangled Skeins, our good friend Tanya, who Lynn took with her to Chicago. And Tanya is also the moderator of this group, so I chat with her all the time, and she's a good friend, and I made her those pair of socks, so I was excited to give her the socks, and yeah, I got to see her. So we went to Panera, and then Tara met up with us there as well. She brought her son, so Emily and Tara's son played, so that was cute. And we had a good time, so it was nice to see them. I'm glad they took the time to swing on over on their way back home. So yeah, Lynn didn't get home until like 6 o'clock the next morning. She had like stopped and stayed overnight, or took her nap in the car at some point, and I kind of felt bad. Like, oh, that's a long drive. But that was fun. And then Monday, I had to start working on Emily's birthday invitation. Her birthday's coming up next weekend, and her party's coming up in like 2 weeks. So I made her birthday party invite. We're having a pajama party. We're calling it Pizza and Pajamas. So let's see if it'll focus. I think so. So I made her a birthday invitation and sent it out to a few of her friends, and I've already heard back from most of them. So it's just going to be a small party. There's only a few girls she invited, but it'll be fun. Monday, then, okay, and then Monday night, another school meeting. I feel like I'm constantly going to one school meeting or another, whether it's David's school, Emily's school, or just the school in general. So this one was a school board meeting, because there's a lot of changes coming to our school district, which is really bumming me out. I mean, it's inevitable. The district's in debt, and the enrollment just isn't what it used to be, and the enrollment is down. So they're looking at closing the school and redrawing the borders and blah blah blah. So I'm trying to follow what's going on because it most likely will affect Emily. It may not. Hoping it doesn't because she likes her school. I like her school. I don't want her to change schools. I'd like David to go to that school, you know. So hoping and praying things don't change, but they're gonna make for her personally. But things will change throughout the district. They'll be making decisions later this summer, and then those changes will go into effect 2017, which is when David starts school. So at least they'll go into effect before David starts school. They'll go in that year, so he will go and most likely not change. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've been following all the meetings and stuff as much as I can, so it was good to go to that. That was a public forum, so everyone could ask questions and stuff. So Tuesday, went to the mall. I was supposed to meet up with Tara, but she had an emergency and couldn't make it. But me and David still had a good time. I didn't end up walking. We just ended up playing in the play area, and I got a bagel and coffee. And then we went to karate, and that's when I had my first karate class on Tuesday. Wednesday was like crazy. I need pizza and ice cream night because we're getting our deck redone, hopefully this summer. So I had a quote that morning. We had a quote on Sunday too. So I had a deck quote in the morning, which took up the whole morning. He was a little bit late, which is fine. He called. He was stuck in traffic. And then I decided, and I knew this would happen because every time I get on the phone with this family, we talk for a long time, especially since we haven't talked in a long time to begin with. It's been like a year. So I called my friend from, basically I've known this family since I was born. And they were my best friends growing up and everything. So I called in the afternoon, I talked to the mom for a while, and then I had to get David from school. So I said, okay, well I'll call back when I get home. And I called back and talked to the daughter, who was my friend. And we talked for like 2.5 hours. That was like literally the whole afternoon, which was fine. I'm very happy I got to talk to her. It's been way too long, and I need to call more often. She needs to call me too. But it was nice to talk to her, but yeah, I was going to record the podcast, I was going to do this, I was going to do that, so didn't get anything done, but that's okay. That was worth it. And then I took Emily to karate for her second karate class, and then there was another deck quote coming in the afternoon, another company coming. And then I was late for that because we got stuck in traffic on the way home from karate. So by the time, I'm like, okay, we're getting pizza for dinner because I don't have time, and after I had a beer with dinner, because it was like, okay, pizza and beer is A-okay in my book. And then the ice cream. So Wednesday was, yesterday I played with David in the morning. We did puzzles and played with games and whatever. I finally made my grocery list because I had to go grocery shopping on Wednesday too. But I spent all morning with the deaf guy. So that didn't happen. Fixed up my recipe book, got rid of all the things that I either shouldn't eat or, don't want to eat. And I meal planned for a good chunk of time. Something's flashing at me. Don't mind me. Okay, so the card was full. So, okay, I am not using my camera anymore because that's not worth it. Stick with the phone. It seems to work. Anyway, so wherever I left off, worked on my recipe book, meal plan, got my exercise in, took a shower, got dinner ready. And then after dinner, I took Emily back to karate. Boy, I've been there nearly every day this week. Because the instructor, Miss B, is an older woman who's the head instructor and typically the one that is with Emily, got her 2nd degree black belt. So she was getting it was like her belt presentation was going on at like 6:45. So I barely made it because, we weren't really paying attention at the time because it was like we're eating dinner. But we rushed in and saw her get her belt, and, Emily got to give her a hug, and, everyone had a little speech to say, and to her, like the owners, and she said some nice words about, trying hard, and thanked all the students and everything for being there. And so yeah, that was nice. I'm glad we got to see it because I feel like she's a really good role model for Emily. Just very strong, hardworking woman, you know, because there's not a lot, I don't feel like there's a lot of good role models anymore for the children, so I wanted to be there to support that and show Emily. So Emily was pretty excited, and yeah, so that was fun. But I was like just mad rush everywhere, because then I thought, okay, maybe I'll record the podcast last night. Every 2 seconds, one of the kids was out of their room doing something, needed something, crying about something, so didn't happen. And here we are. Oh, and so last off, I now officially am the cat lady, according to the County of Oakland in Michigan. I filed a DBA, which is doing business as the cat lady, and I got myself a tax ID number. Now what I'm going to do with that, I don't know. I would like to sell, you know, bags and stuff, but like considering I don't have time to, you know, comb my hair on a daily basis, we'll see. But I have it. It's good for 5 years, and we'll see where that takes me. I figured that was the first step in at least trying to do something. So I'll look into Etsy or another platform for selling things, maybe. And if I do, I will, of course, you will be the first to know, and that's it. So there you have it, a hodgepodge of an episode, apparently, with a bunch of different files and pictures and whatever, since I don't know what I'm doing anymore, and yeah, not a lot of crafts, but a lot of chit-chat, I guess, so I'm hoping you don't mind chatting with me. And I will hope to see you again next week, hopefully on a more timely fashion before Friday, ideally, maybe Wednesday, that's my plan, is Wednesday. So hopefully I will see you on Wednesday, and I hope you get to craft all the things, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.